Hi, I'm Christina, and these are all the books that I'm planning to read in the month of March. So I've decided that I'm going to start having a theme for my monthly TBRs, and this month I'm planning to read books with an animal on the front cover. So in terms of genre, I have 3 mysteries, 1 science fiction and 1 contemporary novel. So let's just start with the mysteries. First, I have The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman, and obviously there's a little fox on this cover. So this is the sequel to The Thursday Murder Club, which I read last year, and I absolutely loved that book. It was one of my favourite books of 2021, and it's now one of my favourite mystery novels of all time. I have a separate book review on that book, so I will link that down below just in case you'd like to hear my more detailed thoughts on it. So I don't think a book has ever made me smile or laugh quite as much as that one. I absolutely adored the characters, and I'm very much looking forward to going back in that world, back with those characters. And I have to say, I'm going into this book with quite high expectations. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this one. So the second mystery novel that I have is The Twyford Code by Janice Hallett, and this one obviously has a large fish on the front of it. Now, I read her debut novel last month, The Appeal, and I really enjoyed that one. It's one of my favourite books of 2022 so far, and I have to say it's now one of my favourite mystery novels of all time, much like The Thursday Murder Club. So I'm going into this one with quite high expectations too. And I have a separate book review on The Appeal, which I will link down below just in case you're interested. So this one has a really intriguing premise. We have a boy who finds a book from a disgraced author with the margins full of markings, and then he gives this book to his English teacher, and then one day on a class trip the teacher goes missing, and she was absolutely convinced that there was a secret code in all of this disgraced author's novels. And now the boy has become a man and he's trying to find out what happened to his teacher. So yeah, I'm really interested in that one. I love the idea of there being some kind of secret code inside this author's novels. So yeah, this one sounds really good. And again, I'm really looking forward to this one. And I wonder if there's also going to be a very kind of unique writing format as the first one was. So yeah, this one sounds really good. So the next mystery that I have is The Majesties by Tiffany Tsao, and this one obviously has all these lovely butterflies on the front cover. So this is my first book by this author, and the premise of this one really drew me in. So we follow 2 sisters, one of which is lying in a coma, the sole survivor of her family after her sister poisoned them all. So this one definitely gives me the Tsao murder vibes, which I read last year, and I really enjoyed that book. So yeah, I think this one sounds really good, really intriguing, and I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. So now moving on to the science fiction novel, I have The Humans by Haig, and this one obviously has the little dog on top of the earth. Now, this is my 3rd book by this author. I read The Midnight Library last year and I absolutely loved that book. It's one of my favourite fantasy books of all time. And I also read How to Stop Time by him a few years ago. And again, I loved that book. One of my favourite science fiction books of all time. So I'm going into this one with high expectations. So actually this month I am reading a lot of books by authors that I have previously loved. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Reading all of these books from authors that I know are some of my absolute favourites. So this one is a first contact with aliens story, and I'm really intrigued by the sound of it, and I don't know anything more than that because I just wanted to go in not knowing anything at all. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I absolutely love Haig's writing style. I always connect to his characters and his stories. And yeah, he's probably one of my favourite authors at this present time. So yeah, this one sounds really good too. So the last book I have is the contemporary novel Flamingo by Rachel Elliott, and this one obviously has these beautiful flamingos on the front cover. Now, I had never heard of this author and I'd never heard of this book. I was just browsing in my library and I was immediately drawn to this book because the cover is so beautiful and so striking. So this was 100% a cover acquisition. I could just not leave the library without borrowing this book. So I only know a little bit about this one. I know that we have a group of flamingo statues in a garden, and we are following the two families that are living there. We have the family with the flamingo statues in their garden, and we have their neighbours. And I've heard that this is meant to be both heartwarming and heart-wrenching from the back of the book. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. Not quite sure what I'm going to find, but yeah, looks really good. So these are all the books that I'm planning to read in the month of March. I have a really nice mix of brand new to me authors and authors that I've read before and absolutely loved their work before. So I'm very much looking forward to reading all of these. If you have read any of them, I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you've liked it, and please subscribe if you'd like to see more of me talking about books. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.